we go anywhere tonight, I want you to sit with one sentence. Not argue with it, not defend against it. Just sit with it. If they wanted to, they would. Take a slow breath with me. Inhale gently. Exhale slowly. Again. If they wanted to, they would. I know that sentence makes your chest feel tight because your mind immediately starts protecting them. They're overwhelmed. They're not good at communication. They've had a hard past. They show love differently. And maybe some of that is true. But here's something more honest. When someone truly wants to keep you, their effort increases when they feel you slipping, not decreases. Let me paint something real. It's late. You haven't heard from them all day. You try not to check your phone. You try not to overthink, but you do. You see they were active. Your stomach drops a little. You tell yourself they'll text later, but deep down you know if they were excited to talk to you, they would have found a moment. 20 seconds is enough. Effort doesn't require perfection. It requires priority, and priority is never confusing. Love should not feel like a puzzle. You shouldn't have to decode tone shifts. You shouldn't have to analyze typing speed. You shouldn't have to ask yourself, did I do something wrong? Anxiety in relationships doesn't come from caring too much. It comes from inconsistency. When someone is steady, your nervous system relaxes. When someone is unpredictable, your nervous system stays alert. That alert feeling, that's not romance. That's survival mode. Think about this. When they're warm and affectionate, you feel safe. When they pull back, your chest tightens. You try harder. You become sweeter, more understanding, less demanding, because you're trying to keep the warmth. But stable love doesn't disappear randomly. If someone wants you in their life, you won't feel like you're auditioning for the role. If they wanted to reassure you, they would, without being forced, without being begged, without you shrinking yourself. We need to talk about patterns, not promises, not potential. Pattern. Look at the last 3 months. and you sit there convincing yourself it's fine. But it's not fine, because when someone wants to understand you, they lean in, they ask, they care about the details. If they wanted to understand you deeply, they would. You don't build a future on potential. You build it on consistent behavior. Let's correct something. You are not asking for too much. Wanting clarity is not dramatic. Wanting consistency is not needy. Wanting effort is not desperate. You've just been conditioned to accept half effort, and every time you lower your standard to keep someone, you slowly lose yourself. The right person doesn't feel overwhelmed by loving you. They don't disappear when things get slightly uncomfortable. They don't make you feel like your emotions are an inconvenience. And if someone truly fears losing you, you won't question it. You'll feel it. Effort becomes visible when someone is scared to lose access to you. If they wanted to keep you, they would protect the connection. And protection looks like action, not just words. Be honest. Are you attached to who they are, or who you hope they'll become? You remember the good moments, the intense eye contact, the deep conversations, the one night they made you feel chosen, and you build a future around that version. But relationships are not built on highlights. They're built on habits. Consistency is love, not intensity. Intensity can exist without commitment, but consistency requires intention. If they wanted to make you feel secure long term, they would move consistently, not occasionally. You don't need dramatic passion. You need stable effort. Effort is not complicated. People act confused like it is, but it's simple. When someone wants something, they move toward it. When someone values something, they protect it. When someone fears losing something, they fight for it. If they wanted to define the relationship, they would. If they wanted to plan a future, they would. If they wanted exclusivity, they would communicate it clearly. Confusion exists when someone enjoys access to you, but doesn't want responsibility. And that is painful to accept. But clarity always hurts before it frees you. Take a slow breath. Inhale. Exhale. You're not crazy. You're noticing the imbalance. close your eyes for a moment. Think about how you feel most days with them. Calm or anxious, secure or uncertain, energized or drained. Now imagine nothing changes for a year. Same effort, same pattern, same mixed signals. Would you feel peaceful or exhausted? If your answer is exhausted, you already know. You're just afraid to admit it. Here's the part that matters. Stop waiting to be chosen. Choose yourself. Because when you keep accepting crumbs, you teach people that crumbs are enough. If they wanted to step up, they would already be stepping. If they wanted to risk losing you, their behavior would show urgency. You deserve someone who is sure about you, not someone who keeps you as a comfortable option. You don't lose someone who doesn't show up fully. You lose confusion, and confusion is not love. Listen carefully. You are not too much. You are just giving too much to someone giving too little. And love should not feel like convincing. If they wanted to, they would. And if they don't, that is your clarity. Painful, but powerful. Take one final slow breath with me. Inhale gently. Exhale slowly. Let that truth settle. If this hit you somewhere deep, don't scroll away quietly. Type one word in the comments. Enough. Because tonight, you stop begging to be chosen. You start choosing yourself. Save this video. Come back whenever you start making excuses again. And if someone you care about needs this clarity, share it with them. You deserve consistency, and consistency never hides. If they wanted to, they would. I'll see you in the next one.